Many doubted we'd ever see it, but here it is.
People, and most specifically sports players, often tend to look after their children to carry on their legacy forward. The list goes on of many athletes' children going after their parents' footsteps and making a name for themselves in the sports field. That's why every time you see a sports player, you look at their children to see if they have a chance of carrying on in their parents' legacy. This is why today, we take a look at the son of the famous legend Tiger Woods. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so that you can discover some super interesting information every day. Tiger Eldrick Woods, born December 30, 1975, is a professional golfer and entrepreneur for the few who don't know. Since turning pro in 1996, Tiger has built an unprecedented competitive career. His achievements on the course, having 106 worldwide wins and 15 majors, have mirrored his success off the course. Woods serves as founder and CEO of TGR, a multi-brand enterprise comprised of his various companies and philanthropic endeavors, including TGR Design, the golf course design company, the TGR Foundation, a charitable foundation, TGR Live, an events production company, as well as the Woods Jupiter, an upscale sports restaurant. So, it's no surprise that this man is a true definition of success, but can this great legend and entrepreneur raise another legend? This is what we are aiming to find out in this video, so stay tuned. Tiger is the son of Earl Woods, a retired lieutenant colonel in the US Army, and his wife, Clotilda, a native of Thailand. He was nicknamed Tiger after a Vietnamese soldier and friend of his father, Vuong Dang Phon, and whom his father had also given that nickname. He grew up in Cypress, California. He took an interest in golf at the age of 6 months, watching his father hit golf balls into a net and imitating his swing. He appeared on the Mike Douglas show at the age of 2, putting with Bob Hope. He shot 48 for 9 holes at age 3 and was featured in Golf Digest at age 5. Tiger played his first professional tournament in 1992 at just 16 years old in the Los Angeles Open. He made the 36-hole cut and tied for 34th place in the 1994 Johnny Walker Asian Classic in Thailand. He later entered Stanford University in 1994, and in just 2 years, he won 10 collegiate events, concluding with the NCAA title. We are stating these facts about Tiger to compare how this legend was raised and how his son Charlie Woods is. So, let's take a look at the legend's son and how things are going in his life. Well, 11-year-old Charlie Woods played the first televised competitive round of his life. This December 2020 at a resort course here, and this is what we noticed about him. He is balanced. When a tee shot on a par 3 hit a bank and trickled into a pond, he gave the sole of his iron a love tap on the firm turf here. He's quick. He always knew when to mark, when to putt, when to play, and when to get out of the way. He walks to the tee with his tee and ball in one hand and his driver in the other. He takes 2 waggles and goes. If all of America played golf at his pace, 18-hole rounds would be played in 3 hours again. Pretty interesting. And most importantly, we notice that he's funny. When Mike Thomas, Justin's father, tried to go double or nothing on one practice green putt in a desperate effort to get back a buck he had lost to the kid, Charlie said, "That's okay, I like my dollar." As we noticed till now, Charlie has a good focus, which makes him good at this game. A round lasted 4.5 hours, and there was never a moment where Charlie seemed bored. The opposite. On the 3rd hole, a 422-yard par 5 for him, Charlie hit a driver and a 5-wood from 175 yards and made about a 3-footer for an eagle. The PNC Championship is a scramble format, but on that hole, the Woods team went Charlie, Charlie, Charlie. It doesn't seem extra to me. He seems to deserve it. I mean, he's 11. What's said less often is that you can tell a lot about parents by the way they play with their children. And if you believe that, Tiger Woods appears to be an extraordinary father. You could take a look at his celebrations and happiness for his son, as you could notice that he always shows him off on his social media accounts whenever he had won other tournaments than this professional. In his post-round remarks to reporters, father talked with pride, but not excessive pride, about Charlie's play on the Ritz-Carlton Golf Club course here, with TV cameras trained on him and maybe 100 or so spectators watching. Tiger said that Charlie did on Saturday what he does at home when they play at Medalist. It is even evident that Tiger would not have had his son play in the event if Charlie's golf and his maturity were not at the level where he could handle it. But the most revealing moment of all had almost nothing to do with golf, but told you something about Tiger as a father. He is a true definition of a legend, and I guess he can lead another legend from a young age. Have you seen other parents of junior golfers these days? Oh, son, you don't have the long tee you want for this hole? Let me go to my bag 30 yards away and get you one. There's a lot of that going around, but not likely with Tiger and Charlie. Here's Tiger. You dropped it. You pick it up. He's got his own bag to worry about anyhow. Golf played the right way teaches responsibility. It teaches it 1,000 ways to Sunday. The rules, the etiquette, the discipline it takes to become competent. The whole thing. Charmingly, father and son dressed similarly, but not identically. Each wore black pants, each wore a shirt in the fuchsia family, but in different styles and different shades. I know we are shifting a little bit from golf to the great fatherhood spirit he has, but I mean, you've got to excuse me here. There are things you don't see every day, especially in golf. Well, let us get back on track a little bit for the last note of the scary truth about Charlie Woods. In addition to proving his golfing ability is well beyond his years, which you would expect considering his genes, Charlie Woods also revealed another side to his game that he learned from his father: the ability to talk trash.
In golf or a putting contest, he still talks trash just like his dad. So it's, it'll be fun. We'll have that like inner tournament within a tournament, trying to shut his little mouth up, but it'll be fun.
Hilariously, the Thomases found out how good a trash talker he is on the 13th hole. After Mike hit a poor tee shot on the short par 4, a dogleg left that required an accurate draw, the 2020 PGA Tour Player of the Year entered the sand trap and discovered a handwritten note left by the 11-year-old competition. "Draw a hole," the note read. After the round, Thomas explained the note's meaning and how his father had left the same note for Charlie the day before. He said, "Charlie drove one through the fairway, and my dad was playing in front of them, and he'd hit it through the fairway and into the trees." Thomas told the Golf Channel, "My dad wrote on a piece of paper, 'Draw a hole,' on it, and put it under the ball. In typical Woods fashion, he kept the piece of paper, and when my dad hit it in the bunker, he put that same piece of paper behind his ball." This is no joke that this young boy is becoming an actual copy of his father. Now, I know we should not tie hands with trash talk, especially when it comes to an 11-year-old, but come on. This was funny and came in a friendly sense of humor more, don't you agree? This year has been shocking, but a young legend being a copy of his legend father suddenly popping is something no one expected. I mean, you can have the best coach in the world and still suck. But this kid Charlie has got it in him. Maybe genes do have a role in this after all. It's a combination of all, in my opinion. This kid has it all. A great father, mentor, coach, excellent skills, and most importantly, time. Doing all of this at a young age is a blessing, and we can all expect this little kid to be the face of the future in the golf game. Don't you agree? Let us know in the comment section below, and support us by liking and subscribing if you haven't already. See you next time.